Hello friends, good evening. Welcome to my channel IS Wins. So let's start today's topics from the Hindu newspaper. An editorial will be covered to cover up the syllabus of mains and pre for the IS examination. Today, three topics are lined up. First is the resurrection of the deadliest virus. Second is building smartphones in India. Third is BRICS Summit. So let's start with the first topic, the resurrection of the deadliest virus. It is covered under Science and Technology section of the syllabus. Introduction. Unmasking virus mysteries. Scientists tinker with viruses in labs, tweaking their genetic material to learn more about their behavior. This helps us understand how viruses work and why they sometimes become dangerous. Creating viral variants. Imagine playing with building blocks to make new shapes. Scientists do something similar with viruses, changing their genetic makeup to observe what happens, just like a chef experimenting with a recipe to improve it. Virus blueprint from patients. Picture copying a secret recipe from a master chef. Scientists take samples from sick patients, copy the virus genetic material, and study it. This lets them learn about the virus genetic code. Meet H&N. Virus name tags. Viruses have special name tags like characters in a story. They are named after two important genes, H and N. Different combinations of these genes give us different versions of the flu virus. The puzzle of genetic sequence. It's like solving a puzzle with genetic pieces. Scientists decoded the genetic sequence of 1918 H1N1 flu virus. They found clues that it had changed over time to infect humans, like a spy adapting to new situations. What's missing? The virus secret. Despite unraveling the genetic code, we are still missing parts of the story. The genetic sequence doesn't tell us everything, like why the virus spread so fast. It's like reading a book with some pages missing. Conclusion. Cracking the virus code. Truly understand the virus, scientists might need to bring it back to life in a safe way. It's like recreating a lost recipe to taste the dish and understand its flavors. Second topic is building a smartphone in India. It is covered under economic section. Context. The big picture. Imagine two experts having a friendly debate about a superhero's new suit. That's what's happening here. Two smart people talking about making smartphones in India. The issue, a tricky puzzle. Think of India like a puzzle. The government wants to make all the pieces fit perfectly. But one piece, the smartphone scheme, isn't fitting as well as they hoped. The cool plan, making in India. 5 years back, the Indian government had a cool idea. They wanted companies to make things in India. It's like asking your friend to bake cookies at your house instead of buying them from the store. Sticky situation. The problem. Making things in India isn't always easy. The roads, infrastructure aren't great, and some rules, labor laws are old fashioned. Plus, not everyone has the right skill for the job. Solution recipe, carrots and sticks. Imagine you are a teacher getting students to their homework. The stick is given them more work if they don't do it. The carrot is giving them a reward if they do. The government used both to make companies build stuff in India. Cool incentives, the carrot trick. The government offered special treats, subsidies, and incentives to companies that made things in India. It's like giving your friend a bonus for baking the cookies at your house. The superstar. Smartphone success among all the ideas. The smartphone one was the superhero. Big companies like Samsung and Apple's helper Foxconn joined in. They earned extra money through this plan. Hidden puzzle piece: imports and exports. Imagine you are trading your comic book for a toy. India was trading its stuff, mobile phones, with other countries. But while it exported more phones, it ended up importing more phone parts. Ecosystem of low level assembly jobs that will still depend heavily on imports. The PLI scheme. Around 5 years ago, the government of India decided it wanted more companies to make things in India. Manufacturing is a key ingredient to economic growth and also comes with what economists call a multiplier effect. Every job created and every rupee invested in manufacturing has a positive cascading effect on other sectors in the economy. However, the problem was that many Eastern industries didn't want to set up shops in the country. India's infrastructure isn't great. The country's labor laws are archaic and the workforce isn't very skilled. Thus, to solve this, the government used and uses a carrot and stick approach. The stick is raising import duties, thus making it more expensive for companies to import stuff from somewhere else and sell it in India. The carrot is to provide subsidies and incentives to produce in India. One key set of incentives is the Production Linked Incentive (PLI) scheme. Here, the government gives money to foreign and or domestic companies that manufacture goods here. The annual payout is based on a percentage of revenue generated for up to 5 years. The industry that has shown the most enthusiasm for the scheme is smartphone manufacturing. Companies like Micromax, Samsung, and Foxconn, which makes phones for Apple, can get up to 6% of their incremental sales income through the PLI program. And with the scheme, mobile phone export jumped from $300 million in FY 2018 to an astounding $11 billion in FY 23. And while India imported mobile phone worth $3.6 billion in FY 2018, it dropped to $1.6 billion in FY 23. Final puzzle picture: manufacturing magic. The debate is whether the smartphone play plan can create real magic. Can it make long lasting jobs and turn India into a superpower in making stuff? It is like waiting to see if your superhero suit works in real life. India's geopolitical dilemma: BRICS, common currency, and global governance. Daily news analysis. This is the third topic for the day. Relevance: it is covered under GS paper 2 international relations, that is BRICS Summit. Keywords here will be used: UNSC, United Nations Security Council, G20, Group of 20 powerful countries, G7, Group of 7 developed countries, New Development Bank, NDB, multipolar world. India's position on the global stage. India is currently navigating a complex geopolitical landscape by participating in various global forums like BRICS, Quad, G20, SCO. These engagements reflect India's pursuit of multipolarity and equity in global governance, but they also pose challenges in balancing national interests and avoiding over alignment with China's ambitions. BRICS, aiming for common currency amid shifting dynamics. As global dynamics shift, India is actively participating in crucial summits and making strategic choices to enhance its global influence. The BRICS nations, which include Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are posing the introduction of a common currency to counter sanctions and promote economic self sufficiency. This proposal comes as the leaders convene in Cape Town, South Africa, highlights the bloc's ambition. The significance of BRICS. While BRICS' ability to reshape the global economy and facilitate economic agreements remains debated, its significance cannot be underestimated. It offers a more diverse representation than the UN Security Council and G7. Though it's less inclusive than the G7 D20, BRICS could evolve into an entity shaping the world's political landscape, especially amid challenges faced by established global institutions. Global governance shortcomings and BRICS role. Acknowledging the shortcomings of global governance, BRICS might address the void left by traditional institutions. Over 40 countries experiencing interest in joining BRICS reflects discontent with limited influence. In a world with shifting power dynamics, these forums include BRICS can catalyze discussions on more representative global governance. India's complex position, striving for balance. India's participation in multiple forums like the Quad, G20, G7, BRICS, SCO, and the Global South is rooted in its response to post World War II governance structures. India balances interests in both non Western and Western spheres, reflecting its regional, historical, and developmental identity. Common currency proposal, ambitions and challenges. BRICS nations represented by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa aim to shield themselves from sanctions by introducing a common currency. This ambitious concept aligns with their goal of economic resilience. However, practical challenges remain, with India and South Africa denying discussions about a common currency. Additionally, BRICS Play project aims to facilitate digital payments within the bloc. India's concerns and geopolitical dilemma. India's strong GDP performance and ties with the US and Europe raise questions about its need for a BRICS currency. With substantial trade and military deals, India is cautious not to jeopardize relations with Western powers. Striking the right balance between global engagements and national interests is essential for India's geopolitical stance. Balancing Act, India's navigation strategy. India's engagement in various global forums reflects its commitment to multipolarity and equity in global governance. Balancing these commitments with safeguarding national interests and avoiding over alignment with China is a formidable challenge. India's actions must serve its vision for a more representative global order. Conclusion, a changing landscape. The proposal for a common currency within BRICS signifies its determination to build economic resilience and reduce dependency on the US dollar. While challenges persist, the outcome of discussions during the Cape Town summit could impact the trajectory of economic cooperation and resilience among these emerging global powers. As India navigates this complex landscape, it will shape its geopolitical position and contribute to the evolving world order. For UPSC means practice questions, first is, how does the proposal for a common currency within the BRICS bloc reflect its ambition to counter sanctions and foster economic self sufficiency? Analyze the potential benefits and challenges of introducing a common currency for BRICS nations, taking into account factors such as economic resilience, global influence, and practical implementation of such a currency. It is a 10 marker question you have to answer within 150 words. Second is India's participation in various global forums presents a complex geopolitical dilemma. Discuss how India's engagement in forums like BRICS, the Quad, G20, and SCO reflects its pursuit of multipolarity and equity in global governance. How can India effectively balance its commitment to diverse international platforms while safeguarding its national interests and avoiding over alignment with China's ambitions? It is a 15 marker question and you have to answer within 250 words. Please answer your comments below. Thank you.